Carlos
Awesome.
Nelson with Cascade Sports. And tonight we have another one of our local stars reaching for superstardom, Miss Avery Simmons. How you doing, Avery?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Tell our audience a little bit about you. Open up where you go to school right now, and then I want you to drift on back to kindergarten and talk about your rise in the sport and your development as a person.
Yeah. So I go to Park Hill South High School right now. I'm currently a senior and I'm signed to play basketball at Loyola in Maryland. I started basketball at probably a really, really young age, but I think I really competitively started playing in like third grade. And I just fell in love with the sport, honestly. It was kind of funny because I started with dance and gymnastics, and then my dad introduced me to basketball, and I fell in love with that. So I really loved it. And then fifth grade, I got really serious, started a competitive team called KC Gold. And we traveled all over the country. We traveled to California, Nevada. We traveled so many places. And then when I think I really fell in love and I was like, I want to take this to the next level, I want to play college basketball, was me and my dad went to a Final Four game in Tampa, Florida. And it was, I think, Notre Dame, UConn, I forget the other two, but there was just like amazing talent there. And so that's when I was like, I want to play college basketball and I want to, make it to the NCAA tournament. And so that's when a shift kind of changed. And I was like, I'm going to really take this seriously. And so I got in the gym, sometimes 5 a.m. And sometimes, really late at night. And I had I would say, a pretty successful high school season, and here I am.
All
And
right, I'm breaking you on down now. All right, so
awesome.
coming up in the summertime, what teams did you play for, or did you play for one consistent team every summer?
I started off playing again with Casey Gold until about eighth grade. In eighth grade, I shifted to Missouri Phenom, EYBL. I played there until about I think when I was 15 years, so I would have been going into my sophomore year.
I'm cutting you off again. What did
Okay.
you learn when you played with that first team to the eighth grade? What skill set, and were there any coaches specifically that you feel you took something away from that experience playing with them?
Oh yeah, that was like my first AAU team, and Coach Elgin and the just like the whole Elgin family, they all coached for Casey Gold, and they really just taught me the way of the AAU style of play. Just got me in the gym, got me better, and honestly, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So I have honestly a lot of my thanks goes to them.
All
So
right.
for sure.
So then, when you went to that next level, to that next team, what was going on with that? How was the play different? How was the coaching different? How did you adjust to it?
Yeah, so I went to EYBL, which is obviously the Nike circuit, which is obviously one of the highest circuits that you can be on. And when you move up to that level, obviously the coaching gets higher. I was like, first practice in, I was like, wow, the coaching is hard and they're going to yell, they're going to scream. But it really just taught me like the college level of play. The language is different. The play is different. You're playing against strong, bigger, faster girls. And so it taught me a lot, but it taught me that I just need to get better in the gym and just kind of play harder, honestly, and play faster. So yeah.
So we're talking about AAU right now, and what do you find the difference in when you're playing summer AAU ball versus when you have to switch up and play uh, eh, uh, in the high school ranks, and uh, the different coaching styles and beliefs of the different coaches that you have? How were you able to adjust, or was it everybody teaching the same style? Run that
Mhm.
down.
I think every hooper really knows that AAU and high school ball are completely different and they're opposites. And you kind of have to flip a switch when you get to, go from AAU to high school and high school to AAU. High school's a lot slower. It's a lot more play calling. It's, a lot more defensive strategies and that kind of stuff. And to my high school's point, I learned so much and gained so much information and just how to really think the game. AAU is very high speed, high, not no zone, no anything. It's kind of
Running
every man
gun.
themselves. Yeah. And so you learn your individual strengths. While at high school, I really had to play with the team, play with people around me. And so they honestly both are very beneficial for a basketball player. And I recommend every basketball player to play both because they both teach you so much. However, AAU is like you're playing with a lot of amazing basketball players. So you really know and see how you rank against other really high level basketball players. But again, both of them are just absolutely amazing. And I recommend, both, learning different aspects from both of them because they both bring their highs and their lows for sure.
All right, your generation, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen the change and what it takes to move forward in training and everything from the time you was in third grade? See, in my era and your daddy's era, they had no daggone personal trainers and
Yeah.
all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
now all of the kids have personal trainers, strength condition. Uh, did you notice the difference as you came from like kindergarten on the way up, what you were going to have to adjust that the other players didn't do
Mm-hmm.
at the time, and still players that are playing today don't have personal trainers, dietitians, and what have you? What kind of edge do you think that gives you?
Yeah, I'm honestly extremely blessed that I can, go to these trainers, go to weights, have these people in my life that help me in my career. And so it is a little bit of a shift when it comes to those things because, again, like you said, everybody has a personal trainer. It's honestly like, oh, who do you train with? Oh, who do you train with? And so I would always find these people like that I looked up to and I wanted to mimic my game after. There was one girl from Missouri Phenom and her name was Samaya Nichols. She plays at KU right now. She's like absolutely amazing. And so I viewed her and I was like, who are you training with? And I now I go to her trainer. And so that's
How
kind
you
of
get your
how,
dad and your parents when you
yeah.
decide you want to do? Do they have any input?
I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, since my dad's grown up in Kansas City, he knows people that, play basketball and that, was around the game and, maybe they train now. And so that obviously really helps. But, again, you have to find those people. And yeah, I'm just incredibly blessed to be able to go to those trainers and the weightlifting people and that kind of stuff. And it's helped my game tremendously.
Now, I want to go to your high school career.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go from your freshman year, what you did, if you got any accolades. Each year, I want you to talk about your growth and any accolades that you have received, and don't be bashful. Thank you.
Yeah. Freshman year was COVID year. It was a struggle. I think we had about 15 games and for 10 about I think 5 of those to 6 of those games I was injured with an ankle injury. So unfortunately, freshman year was like honestly very hard. I didn't play a lot of games.
Cut you
Um,
off again. I didn't know
yeah.
that you were injured.
Mhm.
What was it like mentally when you found yourself on the bench?
It's hard. It's really, really hard, especially freshman year. You're coming in and you're like, what is high school ball? How is it different? Like, you're trying to get your feet wet, and then all of a sudden you get injured and you're on the bench. It really is hard, and every athlete who's ever been injured understands just how hard it is to rebuild yourself. And so, I had to strengthen my ankle, all that kind of stuff, go through all of the treatments and that stuff. But once I did get a lot healthier, it was still a struggle coming back because, you kind of have that, oh, am I going to retwist it? Am I going to do that kind of stuff? So it was definitely hard. But I 100% came
What
back
was
from
it
it.
like being on the bench? I'm talking about like
Yeah.
when you're a racehorse,
Yeah.
whether the coach is benching you or your injuries benching you, you want
Yeah.
to be out there.
Mhm.
What kind of attitude did you have for the other
Yeah.
girls that's playing? And
Yeah.
what would you say to young freshmen that what kind of attitude should they have coming in?
Yeah, it was hard because eighth grade I was the top of my class. I
That's
was
what
the
I'm
top
talking about.
scorer. I was top dog. And so then freshman year get injured. I'm on the bench. It sucks. It sucks watching everybody play. Especially when you just want to be out there. And then you again have to rebuild and stuff, but again you're sitting on the bench, and so it's definitely hard. And no athlete really should go through that, but tragically that's how it is, and injuries happen. But finding your way back is just really, really important. And that's what I really try to stress. And I try to tell every freshman that I know that is coming in to high school, just to kind of know who you are. It's kind of hard to know who you are as a freshman, but stick to like your game, stick to who you are. Try to really work on the skills that you are good at, but also work on the skills that you need to improve. I was by no means a shooter my freshman year. If you look at my freshman and sophomore year stats, you would probably be like, wow, she's a post player. She's a 5. And then, I understood that that was my weakness, was shooting. And so I just had to get in the gym every day, work on it a lot. And, now junior, senior year, you would probably be like, wow, Avery can shoot. So that's what I just say to every freshman, work hard.
Sophomore year
Yeah.
went down.
Sophomore year was kind of where I began to really develop myself. I had to jump tremendously. Our team asked me to do a lot more on the team for us to be successful. I had to score more. I had to rebound more. And so while sophomore year was great, again, I was not a shooter. I was not a ball handler. I was not any means a guard or anything. I was definitely still a post player. And while I am 5'11", 6 foot, that is not at any means a post player height in college basketball.
You're
So
God.
yeah, so my AAU coach, Coach Zoe, who I've been training and playing with since eighth grade, he told me, I think after the sophomore year, he was like, Avery, we really need to stress you being a guard. And so while I had a great sophomore year, averaged 10 points, so I don't know how many rebounds, but I was pretty good. And I made all conference, all district, all that kind of stuff, and was one of the top players on my team. Again, it was like, you need to bring your game to a next level. You need to be a guard. You need to handle the ball. You need to shoot the ball. You need to pass the ball. You need to do all this stuff. And so sophomore year was when I learned hard work, and I learned how to really, really work hard. I got in the gym with a bunch of guards. I shot the ball every day.
How
I
many
probably,
shots were you putting up, Avery?
I would say a day I was probably doing about 300, 400, mid threes, probably 300, maybe another 100 mid range. And I had to do that like every single day sophomore year on top of ball handling, and that kind of stuff. Also, I had to watch a lot of film and just understand the game more because, as a guard, you have to, lead your team, know where to pass to, know when to pass, all that kind of stuff. So I had to watch a lot of like college basketball players. Sophomore year, I did that. And so that I mimicked people's games and that kind of stuff. So
You got a
sophomore,
favorite player?
oh, I don't know if I have a favorite player. I have a few for sure. As of right now, I love like just I watch women's college basketball. I'm sorry, I
You
am a
said
huge
you
women's college.
mimic, so I'm like, who are you mimicking?
Yeah, and so I mean, there's girls like I love Bree Hall from South Carolina. She's a 3. She's kind of a defensive person. She can shoot the ball. She can drive it. If you watch her game, she's really versatile, and that kind of stuff. Kate Martin from Iowa. She's kind of a shorter. 3-4-ish, but she can do it all. Those type of people, I really try to like, watch and that kind of stuff. So I mimic my game after.
Let me go in on you, girl. On a 1 to 10, what's your handles like? Don't give me no crap.
I give my handles probably I'll say a 7. I'll say a 7 right now.
Okay.
I hope by the time I go to college it's a 9. And I'm working on that right now. And my coach always says, Coach Vic, and I'm going to quote him because he said this today. He's like, there's a difference between just dribbling and handling the ball. And so freshman year and sophomore year, I could dribble, but I couldn't handle the ball. Handling the ball is like you can get into your own shot. You can create shots for your teammates, all that kind of stuff. I had to learn that so much, and I worked so hard on that sophomore year. And by the come junior year, I was a guard and I could handle the rock. And I was,
that.
yeah.
Handle the
I would
rock.
tell you, yeah, if you asked me that question, freshman or sophomore year, I would have to say probably a 3 or a 4. So just that growth has been tremendous.
All right, on a 1 to 10, which, like I said, I'm going in on you. What's that outside shot? I'm talking about that 3 point, not that mid range. 1 to 10.
1 to 10 on my shot. My confidence in my shot, I'd say a 9-10. My actual shot, I say probably an 8. I want to be 10 by the time I go to college, and I think that's very a step that I can take easily. I'm trying to get deeper in my shot. I think I've gotten the consistency down. Again, I'm trying to get college level. Honestly, if I could pull up from the logo one of these
Oh,
days, then
girls trying to get the
then I
logo look
might.
on.
Then I might. So, just getting that depth to my shot is also really important to me.
1 to 10, what's that defense looking like?
Oh, defense is always so important. I would personally say, again, let's say a 9, and I want to improve
Playing
100%.
hard defense. 1 to
I
10,
play,
what kind
yeah.
of shape are you in?
Shape right now, I'm in really good shape right now just because I've been running a lot, conditioning a lot. And I would say probably like a 9 on my shape. But college D1 shape is like tremendous. And so I have to get myself better and more in shape. But I definitely say I'm in pretty good shape right now. Yeah.
Here at Cascade, we go hard in the paint. You go hard in the paint?
100%. That's where I started. That's where it all began was, in the paint. I was a post player. And so my post moves, I'm very confident in them. So I
You get
really,
rough and ready down low?
oh, 100%. I do. I love my post moves. I practice them every day. So I do stick to them for sure.
All right. So your senior year, what did you do from the beginning of the year, and what accolades have you received?
Ooh, okay. There's a lot to go here. So senior year, I had a huge jump. We lost a few players. My coach pulled me aside and was like, Avery, you're almost gonna have to average 20 for us to win. And I understood that. He said, you're gonna have to shoot it better, you're gonna have to handle it better, you're gonna have to play better defense, you're gonna have to guard the best player. You're gonna have to do all these things. I had obviously a really great point guard. She was awesome. She played for the Team USA. And so it was kind of me and her. And, we had other factors on our team that did really good. But I had to step up, and I feel like personally that's what I did. I was blessed enough to be recognized with, first team all conference, all district. I was first team all state. I hit my 1,000 career point, which was something I have always wanted to do. So that was definitely a goal of mine, and I loved that. I was a McDonald's All-American nominee, which was a huge deal and a lot. I was blessed to be on that list. And so senior year was just an amazing year. And obviously I got to go to the DiRenna game awards, and I got to be selected for Team Missouri. And, I played in those games. I had so much fun, and I was blessed to receive the MVP for the Missouri side. So honestly, senior year was absolutely amazing. I wouldn't change it for the world. But most importantly, I had so much fun senior year. I had all those accolades, but honestly, I went out, I tried my best, I had fun, and me and my teammates, we went out on a bang. And so wouldn't change it for the world for sure.
So now we really getting down to the business of Cascade, because
Yeah.
Cascade Sports is home to student athlete. How
Mhm.
important has getting your education been to you?
Yeah. Both of my parents are very highly educated. My mom's a lawyer, my dad's a businessman. Learning from them, academics was extremely important from day one to them. I've had those times where my dad's like, nope, no basketball this entire week. You focus on your academics. And so I have done really well in the classroom.
He comes down like that?
Yes, he comes down. I will sometimes sneak in the gym though, and he doesn't know, but he has told me sometimes put the ball down and stay in those books. But I'm blessed right now to have a little bit over a 4.0 GPA. I think it's like a 4.03 right now. I was inducted into National Honor Society. I've been on, magna cum laude, summa cum laude. So I've been really blessed to just, be able to be really good at academics. And so that's definitely a stress. And obviously I'm going to a pretty good academic school. So I obviously have to carry that into college for sure.
What is it that you have aspirations to do as a career?
Yeah, it's funny. I kind of want to follow in my mother's footsteps and also become a lawyer. So I think I'll take that path right now. And so we'll see if I am successful. But I do want to maybe dabble into law. And so I'll probably in college do that route. And I'm lucky because Loyola has an amazing pre-law program. They have a great business and political science program. And obviously, I'm going to the East Coast, which is where lawyers
That's where
thrive.
I'm from, New York, New York.
Really awesome.
And
Yeah, there you
hold
go.
it, and we just signed a player to wear our apparel that's going to Seton Hall. He's out of North Carolina,
Oh,
Charlotte. He's one of the
wow.
number one 5-star guards in the country.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like the East Coast has some of the best basketball and the best just job opportunities for people. And so obviously when I want to be a lawyer, that is the best area to be in. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in New York, DC, Baltimore, Boston, all of those areas have just amazing opportunities. And so that kind of is what gravitated me towards Loyola. But it's just the high academics. So I'm blessed that I get to be, there.
Yeah, my daughter just came back day before yesterday from Maryland. My oldest kids are up there in Upper Marlboro, Maryland,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have a nice time. You're gonna meet a lot of nice people
Yeah.
uh,
Yes. It's
while
awesome.
you're there. So I want to wind this interview up. Uh, what would you have to say to our audience in closing?
Yeah. Well, for those student athletes who might be watching this right now, or just people who maybe the parents who have student athletes, it's a long process from, playing little kid basketball all the way to coming to high school, but it comes by in a blink of an eye, trust me. I remember the first time I learned how to dribble a ball to now, I'm graduating in about 15 days and I'm going off far away to go play basketball in college. So it's definitely a long process. There's going to be bumps in the road 100%. And there was bumps in the road for me, like, getting injured. There's some politics in basketball that, you're not going to be able to control. But you have to stay the course. And if you really, really, if this is your dream and you really want to play college basketball or even higher than that, stick with it, get in the gym. It doesn't even have to be a trainer. You can honestly, there's been times where I've gone in my driveway and I just did flicks or I did shots and stuff. So, that kind of stuff is just what makes people amazing. And I think if you want to go to that high level, I just say, go all out, work hard, and know what your strengths are and stick to those, but also work on, what you need to work on and have fun with the whole process. It goes by so fast, and, that's all you can do is have fun with it.
You really are aware of yourself and your surroundings, because a lot of the kids, they don't realize how fast. Just yesterday, I was a freshman, and you can look back and it seemed like it was just yesterday, but you on your way out, sister. You a new
100%.
journey, and
Yeah,
all of that's about to take place.
100%.
I'm going to end with my colleagues ending. It was a plum pleasing pleasure having you on the show. But
Oh, thank
all you chumps out there think Cascade Sports is soft, we go hard in the paint, baby.
you.
We go hard.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.